We have different CVs that have been already, some of them have been already reviewed, and I wanted to check which ones were already reviewed but got fixed in a way. Let's do a before and after CV review, okay? This is the previous CV. This is how the CV looked like before. The first time that we did it, it looked like this, okay? This is Ryan's CV. After we corrected it, it got like this. Ooh. Oh, do you see how much cleaner it is? Only one thing. It's so much easier to read, so much easier. Only thing, one page. Try if you can to put it up in all of it in one page. Unless you're applying in the UK. But it's so much better, honestly. I would rather read all of this than reading this. In general, I think like you should have a one-page CV unless you are full of like experiences from the past. If you work for like 10 years and you're looking for a senior position, better. What should your CV be like to be accepted in the US? First of all, being accepted for a job in the US is extremely difficult. But if you are in the US, from the US, it's easy. Very important for the US, no picture, no your date of birth, nothing from like explains like your gender or anything like that, nothing. If you have a picture, they will trash it. Something that I saw people do in it, chat, and I found it very cool. Some people do with AI. So you ingest to AI like a lot of your pictures, and then you tell them, give me a picture with like from these to be like a LinkedIn profile picture, a business picture, and it looked really good. It's better to have a single CV or to try out different variations and find out which one is better. From a theoretical point of view, it would be better to have like multiple CVs or like twisted in a little way, especially here, all right? Especially for what you write in here, right? If you're looking for, by the way, oh, look at how pretty this is, Ryan. You see how everything's selecting right? Like, especially for what you write in here, right? If you're always like trying to apply for something different, you should always have something different written in here. Oh my God, oh my God, sushi. Chat. I think I'm gonna cry. This is so good. I love this. I like this. Finally. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Okay, you might not like the font, and I understand. Font can be a bit classic, I would say, but I like it. It makes you want to read it. It's like a book that you like. It gives me the feeling of like when you open a book and you're like, I want to start reading this. I want to. Look at how. Ooh, this is so nice. This is so nice. Okay, people, as I always say at the beginning of every these streams, since there is someone being skeptical in here, I'm not a recruiter. I've never studied HR. I got classes on how to make a good CV, and I can give you some tips of what I've learned. I had some recruiters also on stream telling us how to fix them, how to have them better, and I'm just reporting to you everything that I've heard, and I'm giving you tips as a friend would give you tips. This is OCR friendly, I would say, because like in this case, also like the font should be one of the easiest fonts. This one is Times New Roman. What they usually go for, it's like if it's like a font that is completely unreadable, like the ones that are like super weird, then if it's two columns, sometimes it's difficult for the computer to understand. Then if there are images, they will not get them. But in this case, I don't see any of those issues. Most of the companies, most of the big companies that receive like a lot of CV, you cannot expect the HR to go through every single CV, right? It's impossible. It's human impossible. So what they do is like they put the CVs into like a specific software. I knew they were called ATS. Apparently they're also called OCR. They get like, what they do is like they get your data, they get everything that you wrote, and they put it down inside a specific software, a specific like database, right? Someone was saying about the bullet points that maybe they would not be recognized here because they are on the same line. If you can get this little space, indent, it's called, it would be better. A little bit of indent. So then the computer could recognize it better. Still, you're using still the same format of like having first the school and then what you did, which is fine for me. But this is like something that I see everywhere. I don't understand it, but I see it everywhere. I see it as a constant. To give more importance of where you did it than what you did. And I don't understand, all right? But I like this one. I like the way you formatted it, anything. Then you're using this type of wording, recording, shooting, and supporting. Then here it should be back in ing. Personally, I prefer past tense instead of a past like the continuous form. I don't know how to say it. In general, if you use one form, I would keep it like this. Tested, checked, in general, this one is better. Anyway, blah, 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 this is fine. Supported the production of image film. This, I don't understand the meaning of this. Yeah, actually, what is the job you're applying for? That's a really good question. Support role in production of image films. It doesn't tell me anything. What does it mean, support? It's still, even if it's not at the beginning, it's since 2017. So it's not the beginning of this student assistant career. Here, I would explain it better. Or you remove it. You don't have to add it there. You can remove it. You help during the production. Oh, right, so setting stuff up. Okay, so then you can put it down here. You can write down like about the audio. You can put about like audio setting up. You can put about lighting, like lights. You can put all of these things. And those are important. Those are interesting to know. Something interesting to see in these things is how did you improve in what you did? So maybe you can say like at the beginning there were like 20 people watching these videos, and by the end there were like 3,000 people watching it. So you say like a percentage of like increase, or like how many people appreciated these type of videos, or like how you helped making the whole setup faster. So if before setting up this live stream took like 4 hours to put a video out, you increase it and reduce the time to put it out in like 20 minutes. Assisted setup and post-production of the shooting. What do you mean by assisted? You know what it is. You know definitely, Sushi, what it is, but people don't know what you mean by assisted. Were you just there looking at them doing stuff? Or were you actually fucking doing stuff on the videos, you know? People could be like, people have very different ideas of what assisted means. The more specific you can be, the better it is. Then tested functionality of reactor control software by writing test cases. In both, in this one, I think we have a little bit more clear understanding, most probably because you also have more clear understanding. Most probably, I feel like this, you know more because you worked more in it. Like you did more things in there, right? You worked there for more time also. And here you're being a bit more generic because you don't really know what to say about it. That's what I'm getting from this, right? And it makes sense because this was in 2013 and this was in 2019, so it was a long time ago. But like what I liked about this one, you were very specific. You said like Canon, Sony cameras, Final Cut Pro, from 70 University, 700 individual lectures, very specific. And this one is like, they're very generic. Education, here, I think that we get to understand what you're saying at the very end. So maybe something that we can do is, I would change the layout of this one. Just maybe put it like in italic. So then we know that it's a title of something. There is the star. If you are struggling, you don't know what to write in your resume. It's usually used to do when you are in an interview. This is like the star technique. So it's like you prepare, you listen to the question, and then you describe the event or the situation which you were in. So you describe what you were doing for your job. You explain what was your task, what they told you to do it, and then you describe how you solved it, and you conclude with like saying like what were the results in numbers. So you can think about this when you're making your CV. So when you're writing down all the lines, you can have maybe 2 or 3 bullet points, and you write down the different things. Whoa! What is this? Analyze the staging of Eminem in his music videos as main thesis. Ooh! This is a nice thing. I'm really curious to know what were the results of this, Sushi. I want to have the link to this. I want to go read. What is it? This one, I would say like add the link. Also here, if you have it, you can just put it on Google Drive and just put it there. Personal other, captain of a junior team at my local tennis club. Yes, you remember when I was telling you, chat? Don't tell me you're a team player. Show it to me. Team player, right here. From this, I get to know that you're a team leader. You are like proactive and you like to do things. Your language is, oh, I love how you wrote it here. Languages native in German and fluent in English. Perfect. Additional interests. I love it like this. Passionate about chess, cycling, technology, and Formula One. Love it. I love it. Like this, I like this person. I know that I would like to work with them because they're organized. And I know that if I ask them for some information, they would not send me pages of paragraph of information that I don't fucking need. They will send me bullet points, like short, straight to the point and whatever, just giving me the right stuff. Okay, so let's go with this one. First thing, don't put the picture if you're going for the US. Then, in this CV, I like the link to LinkedIn and portfolio. I hope that they're like updated. Never put something on your CV if it's not updated, all right? If you're not ready to showcase it, then put it. So then, objective. I've never seen objective in a CV. Portfolio comment is right on. I have actually downgraded applicants due to link to terrible, not updated in GitHub. Yeah, right? If you put something in your CV, it should be meaningful. As this objective part. If you're putting it there, it should be meaningful. Like, You see, you had my attention because it was something new. How does this makes you different from anyone else? Anyone who is whose objective is to become a junior game developer wants to find a position in a dynamic and innovative company. Who would like to find a job in who would write? They want to find a job in an old and static company, right? It's super broad and not specific. You see the point? You need, like, as I always say, your CV is like a real estate. Whatever you put in there needs to have a purpose. Imagine like everything on your CV has a price. I'm gonna give you some things about marketing. When you're doing marketing, you will be, if you do marketing, you study that in a website, right? There are specific sides of the website where you can put ads sometimes. And companies pay for that specific space a specific amount, right? Let's go to a website. Okay, you see advertisements, right? Advertisement here, that is still loading, advertisement here, other things, and then you also get an advertisement usually at the end. You don't see it. Oh yeah, you have it here and you have it here, all right? Every single one of these spaces have a specific price for a company because according to where they are, the more attention they get, right? So which one between this one and this advertisement right here do you think would be more expensive? Which one is more expensive? The one on the top and the one on the side here? On the top, easy, right? Because you see it, it's right here. Now, apply the same, and why is this? Why are these? Because you see them more, because there is more attention span, it's more possible that you can see them and all of these things, right? This is the very first part, the very first page of the first page, all right? Right now, what you can see is Objective has the first banner. Fuck, it's really important. It means that this is really cool, really important. And you look at this and you're like, oh, I lost my attention. And you move on, right? You just, not that important. Also education, You're filling up the most important part of your CV with useless stuff. Not useless, but like not that important stuff. That space should be like the one that you want to put everything that is cool, all right? Also, like maybe something that I can tell you is like there's a lot of space here for just the picture and name. But I understand you need it to put the picture, I understand that. Education, you have the education here that ended in 2021, but your last experience is in 2023. This one goes at the bottom. This one goes after work experience. And then we have this thing, like now I have a question. Like here you have education, work experience, skills. What else is missing that you made an entire new page? Projects and certification. Oh shit. I really like it. I really, really like a page of projects. And it would break my heart to tell you to just remove it. What we can do is, here I would have a maximum of 3 bullet points, not 5. 5 is too much. And especially because I don't see any numbers, I don't see any data. Especially if you're working as a software engineer, I want data. I want to know what you did. I want to know how do you solve the problem, what was the issue, how did you improve the percentage of like, how did you make this website faster? I want to know all of these. I need to know, I don't need to know like you fixed bugs. Okay, we didn't add software applications. Okay, how many bugs? Because for me, it could be also that since January you solved the 2 bugs and it helped, like it took you like ages to make them. I need to know that you're gonna be efficient and productive, right? This is very generic. Implementing new features based on project requirements. What did those features do? So like that improved the whatever, blah, 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 by this percent. Give me numbers. That's something that I always say, like put freaking numbers in it because it makes it more interesting. I know that I talk a lot from a marketing point of view when we're doing CVs. I understand that, but because we're actually selling ourselves, right? So when you're building your CV, you should think about, I need to sell myself. I don't need to just showcase what I'm doing, but I need to also show them that I'm better than the other people that they could could hire, right? When you see this, you're like, a lot of words, I don't know. But if you see like a number, you want to know what is that number. So try to put down what you did, how did you improve, how many people did you work with, and all of these kind of things. And again, here we have the issue that you were doing the same, right? Where you have ing instead of ed. Same thing here, as we said before. Fix bugs and errors. I also don't like it. I don't understand it. Like this one, I don't know, Enzerok, honestly. This one, personally, I would not like it. Skills, here, again, I would, instead of putting B2, B1, depends where you're applying, but usually it's better if you put, in general, like advanced. And here it's like, it could be basic maybe, or you can put basic. Because some people, like an old person gets your CV, they're like, what the fuck is A1? Yeah, skills take too much space. Something that I've heard is like, apart from the fact that in these, all of these, I would remove all of the intermediate and all of that, because like we underestimate ourselves. And there's people out there that overestimate themselves. And sometimes we lose jobs because we have been underestimating ourselves, and they're like, oh, this person has a basic Java knowledge and this one has like an intermediate. I'm gonna take the one that says intermediate, but then in the end they're worse than you because just they wrote a different thing. Just remove it. Just remove it. But another thing that I would say, instead of having like, what I usually prefer personally is, instead of having like a thing with skills that no one will ever go through, put these ones in here. So like when you say like fix the bugs, fix the C++ bugs and errors using within software application wrote in, and then you write it there in which languages they were wrote. One thing that I'm already a bit sad of, I don't see any link. They are in your portfolio link. I would put them here too, because again, you don't want to give the person the thing of like, oh, where do I find it? Where do I have to go and put the link here of the thing that then is in your portfolio? Imagine they click on the link, they go to see that project, and then they see all the other projects. Okay, Coursera certification. You don't need, honestly, these ones, don't put it. All these Coursera certification, all thesis. Thesis, you can maybe write it here if you want, but I would not write in the others like Coursera certification, because again, you're underestimating yourself. Idea generation, design, documentation, business aspects, industry standard game development tools, completion of 3D platform game. What is this game? I want to know about the game. I want to know about the game. What is the game? What does it do? What did you use? How much space does it take? How long does it take? Like, did you also market it? What happened? You know, I just know that you did a game. Coding, passion about writing clean and efficient code and solving coding challenges, enthusiast of various gaming genres, exploring game mechanics and reaching from classical to contemporary, activities, enjoy hiking and exploring nature, originality. This is giving me the vibe of like, I listen to all type of music, which is true. I also listen to all type of music, but it's like, okay, why put music in your CV? It depends. If you think that is something that is describing you, if it could be like something interesting, I would approve. Let's check it, all right? Let's do this. The first things that I can see without reading through it, without reading in it, all right? First thing, so many words. Like you wrote like an entire essay. It's a bit too much. It makes it feel a bit more difficult to read, you know? I see the bullet points and I like it. You wrote for each bullet point instead of like an information per bullet point, you wrote like a bit too much, I would say. I feel that there's too many words. Like, and then the very first thing that I could read was like during this boot camp. How do I know it was a boot camp? First of all, okay, stupid things. I'm also gonna give you some layout things. Here I would put a bit more space between professional and experience, just to let them know that it's not professional experience generation. ChatGPT uses too many words. Fair. Generation UK and IT service desk analyst training. Okay, May to July. During this boot, I would wrote it right in here. Maybe if you want to actually say that it's a boot camp, I would put it here. And it's professional. So is it professional experience or is it like education? What is it? Because then you wrote it in here too. So first of all, I would remove during this boot camp, and then not I gained. It's always like we always start with the as you did very well here. Attained, orchestrated, established. Love it. Here you did a bit too much wording before getting to the gained. Okay, I'm gonna read this as if it was educational, right? Because we're gonna move this one into education. This one, it's FUFA. I have no idea what the fuck is this bootcamp for. Imagine this sentence applied to another field. We could use the same wordings if you went for a bootcamp to become a steward of an air company. It would be the same. Gain expertise in providing excellent customer service to diverse user types while also developing technical skills to achieve efficient and accurate solutions. What? You know? Like, it's way too generic. What did you do? What is it for? This is for me, it's just FUFA. And it's the very first thing that I read. So it's giving me also a bad impression about you. Anyway, attain a perfect 100% success rate in the solving system. Yes. Software and hardware issues within practice labs. Beautiful. Number. Love it. We love the numbers. 100%, I loved it. You know what you could do also to put a little bit more clarity in the layout? I would put this one under, you know, the company under with a different font. Facilitated workshops, training session and source guides, keeping 100 plus individual with vital digital skills. What are these vital digital skills? Tell me, what are those? You know, I want to know, like, I taught how to be blah, 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 how to with this other thing, how to use this. I need to know. You're being way too generic. Provide a personalized support to address learners' needs, resolving technical issues and fostering a conductive learning environment. What I got from this is like, you were a person that were like, at this workshop, you were going around providing mouses to one that was not working, like keyboards and all of that. No, we don't need any of these two. We don't need them. I know it might make your heart cry because you might think, oh no, I don't have anything on my resume. But these are the things that are important to you, right? If I want to hire you, I don't care if you were installing windows and doors. Unless you really showed leadership, right? If you did something that was insane, blah, 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 nah. Technical skills. I would never read this. You have to know how to use a Windows. Like, this is a must. It's like saying, I know how to write. It's fuffa. F-U-F-F-A. Fluff. Exactly. Fluff. Proficiency in installing, maintaining, and troubleshooting internal hardware and peripherals. Soft skills. I have a problem, chat. And this is on me. I do not like soft skills. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. I believe in showing your skills. If you say you're a team leader, show it. Tell me that you've been working for, that you've been like the team leader of a team. Volleyball team. I don't care. Even if it's volleyball, go for volleyball and put it there. If you say that you're a public speaker, tell me that you've been doing drama for 5 years. Love it. If you say that you are good at like resolving conflicts, just show it. Don't just say it. Anyway, education and certification. Generation UK, okay, that one. A level in English, or is A level in English and information technology. A levels. I know there is a meaning in A levels, right? In what is A levels, chat? College. It's college. Okay. Why didn't you write the name of the college in a better way? How I would reformulate this thing, okay? Here we'll put my name and info, as you did, perfect. Then I'll put education, because you're entry level, right? So it's okay if you have only this, education. And education would take this space. And then right after you have your college thing right there. Then I'll put, here I would put the projects. If you worked on any project, I would put it here. All right, it would be lovely to see if you did any project. If you didn't, start to work on some. Try to do them in, like, since you just got out of something, just try to do them, all right? And then I would do the professional experience. Okay, first thing that I can say by looking at it like this, there is a lot of stuff. This is very basic. Okay, so skills. So first thing that I would tell you, let's thresh some stuff out. Let's thresh this out. Especially this part. Communication, teamwork, work ethic, time management, adaptability, leadership, self-motivated, open to criticism. We remove it, it's gone. So we have more space. Experience. I see what you did here. You put everything in one line because you had no fucking space. You smart ass. Okay, no. I like the idea, but no. So yeah, I will make this one shorter, giving more data in it. Like how many people did you work with? Reusable library, you know, maybe say how many times was it used, if it improved, if it make anything faster. That's what companies like to see. Faster, like you made something to be like faster, to load faster, to work faster. But then you see like how all of these are all like smooshed together, and then you have like 3,000 things for this one, and then one for these, which are like not even that far away. Maybe this one is a bit far away. Oh, this one, I would remove it. Sales associate part-time. I would remove this one. Is for web dev, you don't care about this one, right? This one I would understand. Then technical support specialist and the IT support request. You can still keep it if you want to. Again, here I would put this one under, and I think that like that you would have a little bit more space. Education, again, here, put it under. I like it to see it in there. GPA, if you are looking for a job, I don't think that they would ask you for it. I don't know how it is in Singapore. Maybe in Singapore it's a completely different situation. Maybe in Singapore they ask you for the GPA. I cannot tell you that. But in this case, I would nah. Maybe certificate of merit, I would keep it. You know what I would do? I would remove this one, and I would remove this one here. I would just keep directors. I don't know what directors is. Projects. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I like this one. Thank you for putting the number. I want to see how much money you did. Link to portfolio. Love it. A minimalistic and lightweight typing game. It allows submission to comparison of high scores, all using trending upcoming technologies. Like, beautiful. I love it. Design the backend architecture, Amazon Web Services, and develop features of Kotlin Mobile, blah, 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 blah. Beautiful. The only thing that I would do, just a bit of space between these. Let's check their dark picture is not the real one. Thank you for telling us that. Now we're feeling better. Anyway, I like this template. I saw it already somewhere. Shit, it's a 2 pages. It's a 2 pages one. Oh, easy. Easy. These things are removable. I'm gonna break your heart in a second. Summary. I like the first part. In general, like I like how it is. It's way clearer. Like if we compare, okay, look at the readability between yours and this one. This one maybe has more words, more things, but it's way more readable. Master's student with 6 months of industrial work in analogic IC design with a keen interest in low power analog and RF IC design. Proficient in meeting multiple specifications. Looking for opportunities to further develop his expertise. I don't like the he's, like my. If you want to talk, it's you. Otherwise, it looks a bit like plurae majestatis, which is what popes used to use to refer themselves. This one, it's a okay summary, I would say. Nothing crazy, nothing me. Experiences. Big semiconductor company. Design of various analog circuits as translator level. I would do different bullet points. First of all, here I would put like designed, these type of verbs. Designed, answered. It's more impactful as a way of as verbs. All verbs in past form. Yes, especially if you start with one, then keep it always like that. Ensure 24/7, 77 for the protection as well of counter fighters, justice, defender. Ooh. This one, respect, but this one I don't think that we need it, especially for what you're looking for. I don't think that you need to say this. I understand why you're putting it there, like in a sense that like you want to show how you have discipline. Like if you've been for a year, right? For a year in the army, you are disciplined. Maybe I would not put it here because it sounds like weird to have it here, but maybe I would to write it like when you have like skills, interest, and extra, I would write it there instead. So it's like a proof of like team player because of like the year that I spent in the army. Projects, love it. Low power aura, design different power, blah, 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 blah. What did this bring? What did you implement? What is the result? I wanted to fill the CV. You don't need it. You have 2 pages and you're supposed to do only one. You should be trying to find a way to like summarize. And then here, if you can put a link, always to every single project, put a link, even if they're in your portfolio. And then skills. I don't think like if you wrote all of these already in your, when you explain how you did, if you say in the projects here, I used this and this and that programming thing, you can put it there. And you don't need to like to underestimate yourself by saying like, this is just familiar, this is practice. I would write here languages. Tu es français? Ah ouais, tu es français? Aussi, oh voilà. Oui, que quoi? Beginner italien? Non. Pas de beginner. Pas aprender l'italien? Non. Pas bon, no. Then we have the interest. This is like with the summary. If you put it here, I expect it to be fucking cool. Alright? Otherwise, we're gonna remove it. Passionate about music and science in general. I like it when electronics joins other fields, such as physics, biology, and materials. As a musician, I am fascinated by the technical aspects of sound, and this has been my starting way to electronics. I enjoy hiking or running for sense of accomplishment, and I'm passionate about history and geopolitics because it allows me to understand the world of today. Yes. I like this. This one, I like it. This one is telling me something about you. I'm actually imagining you. Like when you were little, you were just like trying to do things with the little cables, trying to put them together, like so then you can create the right pedals, and then you were like doing stuff and then you were learning. It's telling me a story. It's not like something that you put there just to fill it in. I actually like it, this one. Because I know more about you thanks to this. I know about your personality. I know that you like to solve issues. I don't think you need this. It's fine. You already have a lot of things about yourself. Maybe, you know what? Just about this one, just to make it shorter, alright? Since you've talked already a lot about your job, right? If you had to make it shorter, I would remove these 2 things. Coolio, I'm sending you this one. Narquita, by the way, good job. I really like it. Especially I like your picture. Looking great.